listening to 40 Weeks, a production of the Pregnancy Podcast with Vanessa Merton. Visit pregnancypodcast.com/week for all of the 40 Weeks resources and sign up with your due date to get each episode delivered to your inbox when you start a new week of your pregnancy. Thank you for tuning in to the 40 Weeks podcast. Welcome to week 22. Only 18 weeks to go. You can see a picture of what your baby looks like this week, read the transcript, and access the additional resources at pregnancypodcast.com/week22. Your banana-sized baby is growing to about the size of a papaya this week. They measure 11.4 inches or 29 centimeters, and they weigh 1.1 pounds or 478 grams. Your baby's first canines and molars are developing from hard tissue below the gum line. They also have eyes now. Although genetics at conception are going to determine their eye color, their irises have no pigment yet. Your baby's eyelashes and eyebrows are well formed, and more hair is sprouting on their head. And like their eyes, their hair has no color yet. So if you could see it, it would be bright white. Your baby's senses continue to develop. They touch and grasp the umbilical cord and better perceive light and dark. They can hear your voice, your heartbeat, and any other noises that your body makes. Although it is loud in the womb, all that noise is calming and familiar to your baby. At 22 weeks, only 47% of babies are in a cephalac presentation, meaning that they're head down. The prevalence of this ideal head-down position increases to 94% at 36 weeks. Don't worry if your baby is not head down yet. They still have a lot of room to move around before they settle into a position before birth. At 22 weeks, your uterus is about an inch above your belly button. In addition to your belly and your breasts getting bigger, there are a lot of other physical changes happening. You may notice your hair is fuller. You aren't growing more of it, you're just shedding less, but the result is thicker, fuller hair. You might also see stray hairs popping up where you don't want them. This is temporary. You can tweeze, wax, or shave to take care of those. Your fingernails may grow more quickly than usual, and you may notice changes in the texture of them. Some expecting mothers' nails get harder, while others get softer and more brittle. This may be a good time to consider hiring a doula. A doula is a professional trained in childbirth who provides emotional, physical, and educational support to you and your partner during pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. Doulas don't have any formal medical training, and they don't perform any medical procedures. There are doulas that specialize in a specific type of birth, like home birth or a planned cesarean. And there is substantial growing evidence that doulas positively impact births. But many moms wonder if they really need a doula. With the benefits, there are downsides, like the additional cost. There is an episode of the Pregnancy Podcast that examines the evidence on having a doula, how they advocate for you and work with your OBGYN and midwife, and how they support you and your partner. You can check out that episode of the Pregnancy Podcast at pregnancypodcast.com/doula. And if you do choose to have a doula, that episode also includes tips on finding one that is the right fit for your family. Tips for dads and partners. Research car seats, strollers, cribs, and any other baby gear that you might need. While it may seem like there are so many things to buy, not everything has to be purchased new. And expensive doesn't always mean better. The Consumer Reports website has in-depth ratings, reviews, and buying advice for must-have baby products. Those are based on rigorous expert testing. And it can also be helpful to check in with friends that have kids to ask them what products they recommend. And if you're not sure exactly what things you need and what things you can skip, you can download the ultimate list of baby essentials at pregnancypodcast.com/baby essentials. That covers the must-have items, some things that are optional, and the unnecessary things that you can skip. Thank you for tuning in to the 40 Weeks podcast. You can see the full transcript and all of the resources for this episode at pregnancypodcast.com/week22. Next week, your baby is kicking and your partner should be able to see it and feel it. Until then, I wish you the very best in your pregnancy journey.